Oh, honey, if you ever gone on maternity leave and came back to find someone sitting in your seat, still doing your job like they belong there, this one is for you. What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning into the Culture Debrief, where we break down the latest drama in Black culture. Because let's be real, if we don't talk about it, who will? Today, we're talking about Jess Hilarious, who just came back to the Breakfast Club after having her baby. And instead of a warm welcome, balloons, and a cupcake with her name on it, she came back to find LoRosa still in her chair, hosting Jess with the mess. Add to that a little bit of online smoke from Holcomb, a comedian known for speaking unfiltered truths even when they're uncomfortable, and a whole lot of silence from Charlemagne and DJ Envy. And baby, this ain't breakfast. This is brunch with betrayal. Let's get into the full breakdown, because this situation has a lot of layers, and it's not just about one person being messy. It's about ego, public image, expectations, and hard truths some folks just don't want to hear. So Jess Hilarious takes maternity leave. Cool, totally normal, totally deserved. She recommends LoRosa, a media personality with experience at Gossip, TMZ, and Revolt, to fill in during her absence. But when Jess returns, Loren is still there, still on the mic, still doing Jess with the mess, still very much sitting where Jess left. Now look, Loren didn't storm the building and claim the seat. She was asked to stay. But the fact that nobody had the conversation with Jess ahead of time, that's where things get messy. It created tension, and not tension we're guessing about. Tension we could literally feel on air. Jess admitted she didn't vibe with Loren at first. She even hushed her on the mic one day.
Everybody, audio yesterday. Hey, hold up, be quiet. How everybody a real estate agent? How everybody?
Because a lot of the wags do that.
Rihanna for a long time.
And her outfit mattered.
No, listen, hush. This is not a Travis. No, Loren. Just listen. Just please hush. This is not a Taylor Swift football game situation.
It was giving awkward co-workers who both got invited into the same meeting by accident. Here's the moment Jess brought that energy to the show live.
Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Loren. Nah, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back, because we had a whole plan, even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a full host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading.
So my question to you guys is, if you return to your job after months off and someone else was still doing your segment, would you speak up or play it cool? And whose fault is here? Loren for staying on, or the producers for not even making clear boundaries? All right, now let's talk about Holcomb, a man who needs no introduction if you know Black comedy. He is raw, unfiltered, old school truth teller energy, and he's known for saying what most people won't. And over the years, he and Jess had tension. Back in the day, he criticized the photo Jess posted where she was nude with her son during a maternity shoot. He felt it was inappropriate. Jess clapped back. He stood on what he said. That moment created friction that never fully died down. So fast forward today, Jess is on leave, Loren filling in, and Corey makes a comment on his show. He said she got the job and got knocked up shortly after, and the worst thing happened. They brought in someone who was talented. Now look, was that harsh? Absolutely. But was it random hate? Not exactly. Corey wasn't just throwing shade for fun. He was pointing out what a lot of folks in the industry has been saying quietly. Is Jess actually the perfect fit for this role, or is she more popular than polished? That's the conversation Corey opened up, and it's not coming from nowhere. Let's watch the clip so you can hear it fully.
And now I heard about her up at the Breakfast Club.
She done got it to.
Well, this is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
She got that job. And I always said she wasn't talented.
The same there for a while.
She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards. And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Who they bring in?
Homegirl from she used to be on TMZ.
Yeah, she has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The girl who is Loren. That girl know what she doing.
So do you think Corey was being disrespectful, or was he being brutally honest about something nobody else wants to say out loud? He's not new to controversy, but he's also not afraid to challenge the industry when it props someone up based on popularity instead of performance. Now, this brings up the elephant in the studio, Jess's talent. Because let's be real, Jess is funny. She got that Baltimore rawness, that Instagram skit energy, and she knows how to own a moment. But does that translate to radio? Because over the year, Jess has some rough moments. The new maternity photos sparked a lot of backlash. Her comment about cancer survivor hair on air was widely criticized. And when she challenged publicly, she tends to go full defense mode instead of just acknowledging where she missed.
Effective stunt.
It was so effective, right? But then you had people arguing, okay, this was race baiting. This little black boy shouldn't have been used as a prop. And I'm like, are y'all
He's black.
I don't, whatever. He's a person of color,
No,
obviously.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know his
He's not
exact
African-American.
ethnicity.
Guarantee
But
you
when I saw
his
that,
head was nappy.
His head was
Stop
not
it.
nappy at all. It
the-
wasn't.
He was black.
the dad,
You
yeah.
think he was black?
His dad was black.
Yeah,
His
it
dad
was-
was holding him up. I don't know if that was his dad, but yeah, it
Not
seemed
that
like
that
that was his
matters. I
dad.
just
father.
don't think little boy was
Yeah, he
black.
was
His dad
black.
wasn't
He's
nappy.
black.
I mean, it was patchy, but it wasn't nappy.
well, it was.
And the thing is, when you're in the public eye and you had moments like these, people do remember. So when Corey said they brought in someone talented, he's not pulling that out of thin air. Loren Lorenza came in and held her own. She was clear, professional, balanced, and the listeners liked her. And in radio, that matters. So Jess may have felt disrespected, but was it disrespect or was it just a show realizing what works? So my question is Jess struggling to adjust to this new role, or are we just being too harsh because she's not everyone's cup of tea? And does her personality actually fit the Breakfast Club, or did she just feel like it's a good choice until someone else came along? Now let's get into the co-host silence, because this was the part that really rubbed people the wrong way. Jess is getting talked about online. She's being criticized, replaced, analyzed like a new hire, and her two co-hosts silent. When Corey made those comments, not one of them said anything publicly. When Jess brought it up live on the show, Charlemagne gave her the ever popular "stop reading the comments" answer.
Just sit back and watch it, because I'm not Joe Clark.
Because it's not.
I am actually. Give me my baseball.
No, it's now Envy. That's what I'm saying. No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain. Man,
You're not a villain. Who said you a villain?
Yo, stop acting like you don't live in them comments too, Charlotte. Stop acting like you don't understand.
What do I always tell you? I say stop listening to this.
This is the thing. You let the internet dictate what's going on.
I'm sorry, but what? And DJ Envy, please, if that man blinked 3 times during the segment, we'll call that participation. Jess was clearly emotional, frustrated, and isolated. So she did what most people do when they don't feel heard at work. She went live and aired it all out.
We supposed to be a team up there. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm not one mother ever with this online. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucker crazy.
She said that she felt like no one stood up for her, that if she left, nobody would care. And honestly, I believe her when she says that. The energy was off. So if your coworkers didn't defend you and you had to go on IG Live to speak your truth, would you still come into work smiling? Or would you call out, change the group chat name, and keep it pushing? So let's wrap this radio soap opera up. Jess comes back from maternity leave and finds her spot already claimed. Loren Lorenza is doing great, getting love from the audience and intentionally shaking up Jess's future. Corey Holcomb speaks on it, brutally honest, yes, but not without reason. And Charlemagne and Envy, present physically, but spiritually unavailable. This isn't just about just being emotional. This is about what happens when popularity, performance, and public perception all clashes at the same time. So now I return it to you. Was Jess right to speak out, or was she letting emotions lead? Is Corey Holcomb being unnecessarily harsh, or just saying what no one really wants to say? Should Loren have stepped back when Jess returned, or is she just playing the role she was asked to fill? And should Charlemagne and Envy be held accountable for their silence? So now, let me know in the comments. Like this video if you love a messy, honest debrief, and don't forget to subscribe to the Culture Debrief, where we say what needs to be said with a little shade and a lot of truth. So remember, stay black, stay beautiful, and I love you.